Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for attending this conference today. I'm super stoked to be examining hackathons and their use case as a tool for workforce development. My name is Amy Rue, and I'm currently majoring in information systems at the California Polytechnic State University. And I sourced my internship freshman year through a hackathon called SlowHacks at Stanford University. And I've always viewed hackathons as a great venue for company recruiters to gain access to top tech talent, especially in an environment where you can watch how these students work with tools and collaborate with each other. I conducted this case study with the help and support of Professor Fouad Kazmoud, whose expertise and knowledge greatly contributed to the final product of our research. For those of you who may not be familiar with what a hackathon is, a hackathon is a sprint-like startup marathon where programmers, designers, researchers, and project managers collaborate to build tech projects. These events usually take place over 24 or 36 hours and are sponsored by organizations, so these college students happily pull all-nighters fueled with an endless stock of pizza and Soylent to sustain our caffeine-dependent ecosystems. I think a common misconception is that hackathons are competitions for breaching computer security, and while those events do exist, the collegiate hackathons you hear about are more geared towards exploratory programming, learning more skills, and meeting new people. We also host plenty of workshops that introduce topics like blockchain or deep learning, and have fun activities like karaoke parties or video game competitions to make sure that our hackers can catch a break. Hackathon participants are also called hackers, so you'll hear me referring to them as such. I didn't coin the term, I just run these events. At my university, Cal Poly SLO, our hackathon organizing team is called SlowHacks, and our team was founded in 2017 due to the desire to develop a hacker community to engage students and encourage them to build passion projects outside the scope of their classwork. We organize 2 hackathons a year, with our flagship event lasting 36 hours with an attendance of around 300 hackers over the long weekend. We provide our hackers with mentors, equipment, food, and pretty much anything else that you would need. We take care of their necessities so that they can focus on building, and the 3 verticals that we chose to align our projects with this year were gaming, cybersecurity, and financial technology. SlowHacks is also registered as a Major League Hacking event. Major League Hacking is the official student hackathon league that powers over 200 weekend-long hackathons for more than 65,000 students around the world. MLH also provides a career lab that acts as a job portal with companies who sponsor and partner with MLH, and an MLH fellowship over the summer, which allows fellows to contribute to open source projects. I wanted to highlight some of our winning projects. So Decentraland is a decentralized zero collateral, zero loan system that won our Best FinTech Track category. The team built smart contracts in Solidity, a programming language used for implementing smart contracts on blockchain platforms like Ethereum, to build a lending system that allows users across the globe to lend real currency to each other on a decentralized, trust-backed system. AstroCode VR is an Oculus Rift game that teaches kids how to code. This game is set in a kid's room where the player's astronaut is stranded away from Earth, and the player must connect blocks of code together to write programs that will bring their astronaut character back to Earth. So Meme Supreme is the project that actually won Best Beginner Hack. We like to encourage hackers to build all sorts of fun projects beyond utility. And this team used the Google Vision API to create a game where a slideshow of memes, which are viral, humorous pictures on the internet, are shown to the user, and the person who avoids laughing the longest wins the game. Along with donations and grants from other organizations, we had 8 major companies sponsor SlowHacks 2020. These companies varied in industry from blockchain to aerospace to design consulting. Out of the 39 teams that submitted their projects, 25 of them indicated a very strong interest in an internship or a full-time position with a sponsoring company. In regards to the survey design, we did have a few questions on why surveys were distributed per team instead of individually, since our hackathon had 358 participants and only 39 submissions. It's quite hard to track down 358 people and make them all take a survey, and we figured that if we just sent out a survey in the form of a mass email at the beginning of the event, we would receive responses that were voluntarily biased, meaning that only people who felt strongly against or for recruiting with a company would take the time to fill out the survey. By making the survey a mandatory question on the project submission page, we would ensure that every team who completed a project, which included the majority of our hackers, would offer their opinion, and the distribution would be a more accurate representation of our hackers' interests with recruitment. 5 out of 6 companies that sent representatives to the hackathon stated that hiring was a main goal for them. To ensure that our survey results didn't just reflect our preconceived notions, we worked to minimize confirmation and observer bias by providing the questionnaires to the hackers and sponsors through blinded presentation and phrase the questions in a non-influential tone. After interviewing hackers, companies had varying opinions on the proportion of hackers being qualified to work at their companies, with TransUnion at the bottom with 25% and Ripple at the ceiling with 80%. Out of the companies who opted to self-report how many hackers they interviewed, Stellar Exploration interviewed 11 hackers and TransUnion interviewed 3. All of the companies that responded recommended at least one hire from the event. 2 of our prizes at SlowHacks were centered around interview offers with the best use of UiPath, including an opportunity to secure an internship at UiPath for each member of the team, and the best image processing and object detection hack, including a guaranteed interview for an internship or a full-time position for each member who won that prize. Our first place winner was Team Remit, a peer-to-peer payment app that uses blockchain technology to allow users around the world to send and receive money via text message without the need for data or Wi-Fi. Through their SMS bot, Remit is not bound by operating system, phone models, or currency, and they're borderless because phone numbers are allowed to use any country code, taking the scope of their application to a global scale. They also won the prize for best use of XRP or Interledger, funded by one of our sponsors, Spring, a new initiative by cryptocurrency platform Ripple that invests, incubates, and acquires entrepreneurial projects. Team Remit demonstrated their design over a conference call with Spring's board of directors on March 27th, where both parties went into initial talks about funding and investment options. Hackathons are branded as spaces for hackers to grow their technical abilities, creating projects for good, and making new friends. But they aren't really heavily marketed as events to connect hackers and sponsors in a professional networking setting. In a mutually beneficial relationship, corporate sponsors can utilize hackathons as a platform to outsource work, crowdsource modern production, conduct product evangelism, and enhance their reputation, while hackers can showcase their technical competency and product vision conveniently in front of an audience that is ready to fund and invest in their prototypes, or even hire them to join their dream company. I know one question that we got was what other motivations than recruitment do participants have, and how do they balance out their interests in recruitment along with those? And hackers attend hackathons for a variety of reasons. Some just want to be able to have a place to work on their personal projects where they can focus uninterrupted with 24/7 technical support at all times. Others want to try out the newest unreleased beta features of a sponsor's product and play around with new technologies. And design majors may attend to add more work to their portfolio, and everyone enjoys going to socialize. I mean, a lot of our activities are primed for meeting new people, such as poker nights, marshmallow eating competitions, and lean-in circles for our women in STEM. And of course, these students are heavily incentivized to build a project using a company's product, especially if the hacker is interested in recruiting with a particular company. But SlowHacks also provides prizes for general, non-categorical submissions like you saw in Meme Supreme to offset the corporate prizes. Finally, I wanted to thank all the ICGJ event organizers for their hard work behind the scenes, our evaluators for offering such thoughtful feedback and critique, my team at SlowHacks for pouring their hearts into hosting hackathons, and most importantly, everyone who is watching this for giving us an audience to share our work with. Although this case study shows the enthusiasm of both hackathon participants and sponsoring companies in recruiting for potential job positions, I wanted to emphasize that these observations were drawn from a single hackathon. In the future, we'd love to run similar studies on hackathons that span from all creeds and geographical areas to test the consistency of our results. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to shoot me an email at amru@calpoly.edu. And as always, thanks for watching.